When Lisa and I got married, I truly believed nothing could break us. We had already weathered job losses, cramped apartments, and late-night arguments that somehow always dissolved into laughter. But as the years passed, that laughter faded away, replaced first by long stretches of silence, and then by something far more corrosive: contempt. It started quietly. A sarcastic remark when I forgot to take out the trash. An eye roll when I suggested we stay in for a movie. First, I brushed it off, but slowly it grew worse. Before long, nothing I did was ever good enough. Every choice became a weapon. You never listen. You don't care about me. You're selfish. I tried everything to make things better. I paid closer attention, planned small surprises, even agreed to couples therapy. Still, it was never sufficient. Every disagreement ended the same way. Maybe we should just get divorced. She said it so often that it stopped sounding like a threat and started feeling like a countdown. One night, everything finally collapsed. We were arguing over a missed call while I was in a meeting. She stood in the kitchen with her arms folded, tears running down her face, fury burning in her eyes. I can't do this anymore, Mark. You make me miserable. Maybe we should just end it. Something inside me broke. Not loudly or dramatically, but softly. The kind of break you only notice once the quiet settles in. I looked at her and said calmly, "Okay." She stared at me, shocked. "What? Okay?" I said again. "If that's what you want." For the first time in years, I felt strangely calm. No shouting, no defending myself. Just a quiet sense of release. I went upstairs, packed a small bag with clothes, a toothbrush, and a few essentials, and walked past her without another word. "Mark, wait," she called, her voice cracking. "You're not really leaving." I stopped at the door. "You've been threatening to end this for months," I said quietly. "I'm just finally giving you what you keep asking for." And then I walked out. No slam doors, no dramatic exit. Just a man letting go of something the other person had already let die. The first few days away were unexpectedly peaceful. I checked into a modest motel on the edge of town. Nothing special, just somewhere to think. The silence, once terrifying, felt like relief. No yelling, no tensión. No bracing myself for the next argument. Just stillness. At night, I sat on the stiff motel bed, watching the ceiling fan spin, trying to remember when love had turned into endurance. Somewhere along the way, I had stopped being her partner and had become her target. And I had accepted it, telling myself marriage required patience, compromise, forgiveness. But patience without respect isn't love. It's slow erosion of the self. A few days later, Lisa started texting. Short messages at first. "Are you okay?" Then, "You really left." And finally, "When are you coming home?" I didn't reply, not to punish her, but because I didn't yet know what I wanted to say. For the first time, I was thinking about my own needs instead of trying to keep the peace. By the end of the week, she showed up at the motel. Her makeup was smeared, her eyes swollen from crying. "Mark," she whispered from the doorway. "Can we talk?" I let her in. She sat on the edge of the bed, gripping her phone like it was keeping her upright. "I didn't think you'd actually leave," she said quietly. "You're right," I replied. "I always stayed, no matter what. That's why I had to go." She looked confused. "So, you're really done?" "Yes," I said softly. "I've been trying for years. Every time I reach out, you push me away. Every conversation becomes a fight. You've talked about divorce for months, and I think part of you meant it." She broke down. "I didn't mean it, Mark. I just wanted you to fight for me." I shook my head. "You wanted me to fight against you, not for us. There's a difference." We sat in silence, everything unsaid pressing down on the room. I wasn't angry anymore, just deeply tired. When she left that night, she didn't mention divorce again. Maybe she finally understood that words only have power until the other person stops fearing them. 2 weeks later, I moved into a small apartment closer to my job. Life became simple again. Quiet mornings, long drives, evenings without arguments. I was learning how to breathe without flinching. Then one evening, a message from Lisa appeared on my phone. It wasn't angry or manipulative, just one sentence. "I think I made a mistake." "Which one?" I typed back. A few minutes passed. Then a photo arrived. Our old living room. My chair was missing, my books scattered, and an envelope with my name on it sat on the table. Another message followed. "I found something I shouldn't have. From your brother." My chest tightened. Adam and I hadn't spoken in years. Ever since he warned me about Lisa's temper before the wedding. What could she have found now? Curiosity won.
I drove over.
She opened the door looking smaller somehow, her confidence cracked. Without a word, she handed me the envelope. Inside was a letter Adam had written years earlier during a brief breakup. It wasn't romantic, just honest. He urged her to stay away from me, saying I deserved someone who wouldn't slowly tear me down. I didn't understand. she said, her voice shaking. I thought the problem was you, that you didn't care. But it was me. I was destroying everything that mattered. I didn't respond. I didn't need to. I could see the realization settling in, the understanding that threats, control, and resentment had cost her the one thing she truly valued. I don't know if this can be fixed, I said quietly, but I hope you've learned something. Then I left. She didn't follow, and for the first time in years, I didn't turn around. Sometimes walking away isn't the end. It's the beginning of peace. Please help Ma reach 1,000 subscribers.